It was quite an eventful weekend, Thanksgiving weekend for Detroit and Michigan sports, and we are ready to cover all of the big topics. Let's get into it. Welcome to Blue Collar Blitz. I'm your host, Maverick.
I'm Big O.
So we're going to start off this podcast with this Ohio State-Michigan game. Man, oh man. Didn't really know what to expect, but did not expect that.
With Michigan and Ohio, you didn't expect that?
So I'm watching the game, and I know, Ohio. The theme has been Ohio State hasn't played anyone, but I know Ohio State's defense, so I knew their defense was going to be pretty good. I didn't know it was that good. I didn't expect Michigan to throw under 70 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's concerning.
Yeah, well, 63.
Yeah, that's very concerning. I didn't expect that at all. Your running backs are banged up. Haynes was out. Marshall only ran the ball 7 times before his shoulder started acting up. So you had to rely on Kuzdal, but I didn't see that. I didn't see that happening. First quarter, it was a close game, and I'm like, all right, they're still in it. They might be able to get some things done. Let's see what happens. Saying through that pick, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, let's get it going. We got a game. We got a game here, right? Quickly unraveled after the first quarter. I don't know, man.
I was saying, the beginning, I was like, okay. But I figured that this is going to be the year, and I said that I figured this would be the year that Ohio may do it. Hey, I thought it was going to happen last year, and they pulled it out.
Yeah.
And how the game started off, I was like, wait a minute. They playing, they may not do it again this year. But then, like you said, it unraveled. I mean, you ain't going to win no games only getting 63.
Yeah. And I mean, and the rushing yards weren't great either. You know what I'm saying? Marshall was held to 61. Kuzdal was held to 38. You can't win games like that. So obviously they're not in. They're not. Yeah, obviously they're not going to the conference championship. So we're just gonna wait and see what bowl game they end up in, and go from there. I do want to watch that Ohio State and Indiana game next weekend to see. I mean, the battle of 1 and 2 should be a pretty good game.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good one, though.
Yeah, I want to see the two juggernauts play each other and see what shakes. I'm sure all of the people in Michigan and the Michigan fans are rooting for Indiana right now.
Okay, of course.
I'm kind of torn, because Indiana's one of our rivals from state. Kind of torn.
Oh, well, you know what? You can go with them.
I'm kind of torn.
You get a pass.
I'm torn.
You get a pass.
That's not to say I want to go for Ohio State either. I just want to watch a good football game. I'm not really rooting for anyone. This is going to be one of those where I'm like, I just want to see who comes out on top. I don't really care which one of y'all win for real.
Look, man, it's been a rough week. I mean,
it has. As
y'all see, our Blue Collar Blitz fans, I'm not in no kind of.
He's not in any gear.
I'm not in any gear. I'm in black. Like, I just came to a funeral. You know what I'm saying? This is.
He's out. He's dressed like he's at poetry night. You got a poem? You got a poem? You want to spit something real quick?
Michigan games. They're bad right now. They coming in, they coming out. They wins and they lost. But this week, it was all loss. I mean, come on, let's go.
Man, I don't listen. What is the road ahead for Michigan? I know you're not a fan of Moore. They're not going to let Moore go. He's going to be there.
He's going to be there for a minute.
What are we doing going forward with the offense? Like, what needs to happen for Underwood to be able to, have better development going into his second year?
I mean, his second year has to be better. I mean, the whole team, he's working with a young team. He's young. I mean, so this was this was just a rebuild, to say how they, this is a rebuild year, basically. I think it'll be something different next year. Maybe a little, maybe a little more seasoned. I mean, there's no complaining about anything really. I mean, they just a young team. If they come with the same energy next year, then we have a whole different thing to talk about. But right now, you just working with a young team.
Yeah, you guys also miss Hausman. Hopefully, whatever he's dealing with, he can pull through. So, shout out to him. But he was sorely missed. When your team captain's not there and he's one of the leaders on defense, statistic wise, and having that mentality and bringing everybody together, that's a big loss. Yes. But you say rebuilding. You say it's a rebuilding year. Let's talk about them for a minute.
Wait, it's bittersweet. I don't mean to cut you off. I already know you want to. I know you're ready. I know you. Go ahead. I mean, just take some deep breaths. But I just want to say this, and then I'm gonna give the flow to you. How they gonna wait till my man win a game and he all happy, giving up high fives, and just be like, "Congratulations, you're fired." I'm just saying.
You know what? Sometimes we just have to count the blessings that we are given. And the fact that they allowed you to finish the season is the one that you should be counting, because I thought Smith should have been gone a long time ago.
And you said that.
So that's why I think it was bittersweet. The sweetness was, Smith is gone. I woke up Sunday and I got early reports that he was going to be gone, but they weren't confirmed. So I was like, I don't really know if I want to talk about that on the podcast. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I don't know if we should record it yet. I want to see that it's confirmed, see some news. It's Sunday morning
today.
But I definitely posted on our social media, and I'm like, this is what I'm thankful for this year. He's gone. Never want to see anyone lose their job. You're just not the coach for Michigan State. So I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, maybe back on the West Coast, but not the coach from Michigan State. Less than an hour after I get that news, I get a text message. Actually, I got a call from my homeboy, and he's working with one of the universities in one of the football programs, and he's like, "Yo, I know you keep your ear to the ground on Michigan State. Is it true that you guys are getting ready to bring Pat Fitzgerald in?" And I'm like, right as you called, that was one of the reports that I received on my phone, is that they're thinking about officially hiring him tomorrow. They fired Smith this morning, and they're thinking about officially announcing him tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Then I called my boy Shadow up. Shadow's like, this is not who I wanted, right? I'm like, I know this is not who you wanted. We literally were talking about this a week prior, and he was like, it better not be Fitzgerald. Now, it's a very controversial hire. For those of you who don't know, he was a coach at Northwestern quite a few years. Overall record was 110, 101. He did more with less, so I will give him that. He didn't have all the resources that he needed when he was, north of Chicago at Northwestern. But he was fired due to hazing allegations, and he filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination, and he won that lawsuit. And so you have some people that are like, hey, he was cleared. He won the lawsuit. You have other people that are like, all of those students aren't making this stuff up. When they're talking about, racial discrimination and sexual assault and hazing, these students didn't make this up. So where did all of this come from? So you got a little back and forth in the comments when it comes to that being announced. What are my thoughts on it? Given our history at Michigan State and the fact that we went through that whole Nassar thing and the fact that we just went through this Mel Tucker thing, I would have thought that we would have possibly tried to stay away from any controversial hire and make a safer pick. I mean, even if it's a safer pick, it doesn't mean that it's a bad pick. There was the coach for BYU that we could have brought over, Kalani Sitake, but now Penn State is talking to him. That wouldn't have been a bad pickup, but what's done is done. I would have thought we would have possibly stayed away from anyone that might have been looked at as controversial. We'll see what happens.
And that would have made sense. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. That would have made a lot of sense,
Yeah.
Considering what's going on. But
now, football side of things, how do I think this is going to play out? He'll definitely have more resources than he had at Northwestern. We'll be able to use, the NIL and bring some guys in. He's going to have to do a lot of rebuilding. And I have the strangest feeling after receiving the news that I received today. And I know I cut into this player because he was playing like he didn't have heart. Yes, Marsh. Yeah. Marsh is leaving. Marsh is leaving. Mekhi Frazier is leaving. Marsh hurts more. Marsh is going to be one of the top receivers in the transfer portal. And my biggest fear, and it really shouldn't be a fear because now I actually do support this team now too since the creation of this podcast. My biggest fear is that he's going to go up the road. He's like, I'm going to go to Michigan. Now, he may not. He may have seen Underwood and been like, not with you throwing 63 yards. We're going somewhere where there's already a proven quarterback because I'm trying to get drafted. But if he doesn't want to go too far from home, he could just say, I'm going to go to Michigan and see what happens. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
He can't beat him down for one game.
You can't. But going from one frustrating quarterback situation to another, like he may be like, I got one shot at this. I'm going where the quarterback is proven. I want a top 5 quarterback. Underwood is not a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And he you got 1 year, bro. Like Marsh got 1 year and then he's trying to get drafted. This ain't the year to be like, I'm a, lollygag around and I'm gonna give you a chance. It's like, nope. Who has the best O-line and quarterback?
Yeah,
that's where I'm going.
You gonna need to go somewhere where they gonna give you the ball too.
He'll get the ball. The talent is there. I'm not worried about him not getting the ball wherever he goes. I'm just not. I mean,
that would be crazy if he came to Michigan.
It would be crazy. What would be crazier is if he went to Ohio State.
Bro.
Because Smith going to the draft. Tate going to the draft. So their top 2 receivers are going to be gone. So he's like, oh, I can slide in there and just let Sand throw me the ball. You gotta remember when it comes down to your 3rd year, you're like, I need stats. I'm trying to get drafted. I don't want to stay 4 years. I'm 3 and out for the most part. Who's going to get me the ball? I need to be at the top of the Biletnikoff Award list by the end of my 3rd season. Who's going to get me the ball?
Maybe you can go to Colorado. They're not doing too good this year.
And then what is he going to do afterwards? Become a coach? Because you ain't getting drafted. The point was for you to get some stats. You may as well stay at Michigan State.
Dang.
Nah.
That's how you, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you how I really feel. Yeah, that's how I feel. So he's gonna be missed, but we have some rebuilding to do. Fortunately, our 4-star quarterback that committed while we had Smith said that he still intends on coming. So that's good. We still have commits that are like I'm committed. I'll still come. We'll see what the recruiting looks like going forward because our season is done. So all we have to look forward to Michigan State is the recruiting until next season. But I don't know, man. I have no choice but to rock with Fitzgerald until I see what happens. I hope none of I hope the past doesn't follow him. I'm kind of tired of a dark cloud being over Michigan State as far as what our coaching decisions and our leadership.
Especially with all that stuff that just came out. And
yeah. Yeah.
Man, it's a shake of the dice right now, regardless of what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
So.
And I'm usually the person that's like take a chance on the risky person.
Yeah.
Not in this case though, man. When it comes to the stuff that came out, I mean he won his case. So all I can do is say I hope for a brighter future for Michigan State and that this doesn't come back to bite us in the ass.
Oh.
So yeah. So that's what I got from Michigan. I mean, they won the game. Shout out to State. They shocked me. It wasn't the 75-3 score that I jokingly predicted. I jokingly predicted it, but they pulled it out. They pulled the win out. That was probably
my brother said, "I told you so." He just want me to throw that out there. He said, but you know what? I said he was gonna win too.
Yeah, shout out to both. Shout out to you, Nick. You called it. You gotta remember, I bleed green, and I was so down that I'm just like, shock me. I said that. It was in the clip. I was like, shock me. Please shock me. Shock me and win. And they did that. I mean, I almost went to the game, but I was like, do I want to go in the snowstorm to watch y'all lose? No.
I mean,
but they won. So
I mean, and you won all the way around. They won that game, and they fired your coach.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as a win. The coach being gone, Smith being gone, is the bigger win. I mean, it was funny. They put the picture up of Pat Fitzgerald this morning, and they use a little Photoshop, put the Michigan shirt on him, and they were like, man, they said Pat has more emotion in his face in this picture than Smith had for 2 seasons here.
Oh, man. Oh.
But he's a hard-nosed dude. As far as what I think he's going to be able to do at Michigan State, we're going to have a good defense. Our offense is, I mean, unless we do a lot with this NIL and he brings in a really, really good offensive coordinator, we're going to look like Iowa. Like my boy Shadow said, he was like, it's going to be Iowa 2.0.
Dang.
So I'm not mad at having better defense. I'm a defensive guy, but I don't want our offense to look like
garbage.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I need our offense to be able to produce some points. This is not the 80s and 90s Big Ten where you can just run the ball and our defense is going to hold you and there's going to be a 17-14 game. No, they're airing the ball out. I want to go back to the no-fly zone so we can limit offenses, but I also want to be able to consistently put up 28, 35 points, please. So we'll see what happens. Supposedly they're going to give him free reign on bringing in his own coaching staff, give him a little bit of freedom when it comes to that. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see that. Just hope it works out. Moving on to the Lions. Let's address the first thing. The last video that we brought out, we were excited about Frank Ragnow coming back. That's no longer a thing. He failed his physical. He has a grade 3 hamstring issue, and that will prevent him from coming back this season, so he will not be rejoining the team.
Maybe they should have did the physical and everything before they started talking about he was coming back.
So here's the thing. He decided to end his retirement the last final possible day he could do it, which was the day before Thanksgiving. That's always going to be breaking news when you submit paperwork to the league and you're like, I'm no longer retired. So everyone's going to report on that. The Lions didn't really say anything when it was breaking news. That was Adam Schefter and ESPN, and everybody went wild like, oh, he just submitted all of this stuff to the NFL. So the NFL kind of released it. And it was like, okay, so you still have to go through your physical. The thing that I was zoned in on was the fact that report said he was physically in shape. So I'm like, oh, he's in shape. We should be good to go. He should be healed, right? Not even thinking about a hamstring injury because his injury from last year was a pec injury. So I'm like, cool, we good to go. Then I'm like, oh, wait, you got a hamstring injury and you can't come back for the last, 5 games? All right, well, you know what I'm saying? What do you say? Then we lost to Green Bay. I can't get too down on the O-line for the pass protection because Goff had almost 3 seconds to throw the ball. And, J-Mo went off, had a great game, but our run game got stopped again.
Again.
Gibbs got brought back down to reality. We had our backup center in. I watched him get beat repeatedly. Owasika, We already know it's the same old song with him. They tried to double Michael Parsons. He's an animal.
Man, we knew that.
I mean, even with Decker was trying to. He did his best when they switched up, and he went against Decker, and I mean, the dude is an animal. So I'm looking at the rest of the games, and I'm like, what do we have left in the tank? We got the Cowboys, we got the Steelers, we got the Vikings, Bears.
Oh my.
We on the outside looking in, bro, and I'm not so sure that we're going to make the playoffs. And even if we do, how deep can we go? Like our O-line is so hurt right now.
Oh man.
And you know what? That wouldn't be as big of a deal to me if we had a pass rush. And I was fooled into believing that we would be okay early in the season because Muhammad was showing flashes, and I was like, and we still got Aleem McNeil that's getting ready to come back. We'll be okay. Davenport played in the game, and, we still didn't have a pass rush, bro. We don't have a pass rush, which places more pressure on the secondary, who's being asked to guard these receivers for 3 to 4 seconds. Because we did give Jordan Love over 3 seconds to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're being asked to guard these receivers for 3 to 4 seconds. And then our linebackers really, really didn't do us any favors either. On top of that, we did terrible stopping the run. Did you see the stats for the run?
No, I didn't.
So, Jacobs, on the season, his season average, 3.9 yards per carry. Guess what it was against us? 4.9 yards. You gave him almost 5 yards a carry? That's damn near a first down every 2 carries. So we can't stop the pass. We can't stop the run. We got 0 sacks against Love. He threw 4 touchdowns. He had hella time in the pocket. Then when we tried to stop him on third downs, we had penalties that set us up, or that clutch catch at the end of the game to Dontavion Wicks. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Going forward, if we can't get a pass rush, you can't get anything done. You can't get a pass rush. Who did I say we had? The Cowboys. Yeah, there it is. Cowboys, Rams, Steelers, Vikings, Bears.
Sure.
Boy, oh boy, you don't have an easy game left. Maybe the Vikings, at the Vikings, maybe. If you want to consider that easy, but your other 4 games are not easy at all.
Jeez.
I don't know, man. There's some people out there that are calling for Brad Holmes' head because he doesn't like to make certain moves before the trade deadline.
This is rough.
You have some people that are threatening to get rid of their season tickets if we don't make the playoffs. Here's my thing. Whether or not we make it to the playoffs, I don't see us going deep because of our O-line being injured and we can't get a pass rush going. So everything starts in the trenches. If your trenches aren't good, you aren't good. So I'm going to look ahead a little bit. I'm going to look to March. I know a lot of you guys probably think, hey, man, just stick with the season. I'm going to stick with the season, but I like to plan ahead. I'm looking at March. I'm looking at the beginning of the free agency period. Free agency period in March. Draft in April. First 3 rounds, I want linemen. I don't care what side of the ball. I want linemen. I want linemen the first 3 rounds.
Good ones.
Yes. No projects.
Right.
No sumo wrestlers from Japan. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was this, no projects. Listen, stop.
Wrestler from Japan.
Because he thinks he's the smartest man in the room. I don't want no project players. I don't want, like, he's a big boy. We can turn him into a football player. He's a sumo wrestler. Okay?
Yeah, you got to know the game.
I want bona fide, certified linemen. I want a DN. I want a center. I want a guard. I don't care what order you get it in, but I want them in the first 3 rounds, unless you happen to find one in the free agency.
I agree. I agree with you. I 100% agree. I mean, you went to the last draft.
Went to the last 2.
And you said that didn't understand it. Why they didn't push more to get,
To be fair, we got a lineman in first 2 rounds. We got the D tackle and we got the guard. So I wanted the edge, and then I wanted Ratledge. I definitely wanted Ratledge in the second round.
Yeah,
so we got him. I didn't want Williams, but we got him. So yeah, going forward, I want, like, if you're looking at D-line, I want an edge. The best edge you could possibly get. If you have to package something and move up, I want the best edge that you can get. You know what? Don't even draft after the 3rd round. Give up all of those picks after the 3rd round and move up as high as you can and get the best lineman you can get in the first 3 rounds. I said it. I don't want any of your project players in the 5th and 6th round.
They're not going to do that, though.
They're not.
You know why? Because we're couch coaches. I mean, we can always say, huh?
This couch coach called every This couch coach called every pick that I wanted the Lions to get that they didn't get. That who got? The Eagles. And what do the Eagles have? A championship. Every year for the past 2 to 3 years, I said the Lions should get this guy. They're in position to get him. Just go get him. Now we're going to go get this person. Cool. Eagles scoop him up. And the Eagles have a championship. What do we have? Hopes, dreams, and elevated ticket prices. That's what we have. I think I've done a pretty good job at being calm this episode. Some of you may think this is low energy. I'm trying my hardest not to curse and yell and scream in this microphone. And I think I'm doing a damn good job at it. So yeah, man, I don't know. What's your prediction for the rest of this season, man?
Whoa! Let's
go. Says a lot.
Let's.
Hey man, that whistle said a lot. We're 3-point favorites right now against the Cowboys on Thursday.
Cowboys, I would like to win, but that's up in the air. The Rams, I think we're going to catch an L.
Okay.
Pittsburgh, we got a good chance.
I'd agree.
The the Bears, I think that's going to be the split.
Yeah, and then the Vikings, we should beat the Vikings. I'm not worried about the Vikings. But yeah, the Bears at the end of the season is woo.
When do we play the Vikings?
Right before the Bears.
No?
Yeah, we play them on Christmas.
They didn't even put that on here. I got Steelers, and then it jumped right over to...
That's weird. We play at the Vikings on Christmas, and then we play the Bears. That's not a playoff team, though, so it doesn't even matter. We gave them 2 more wins, and that's 9 wins.
Yeah, see,
so
that's how we got in trouble last time.
I know.
Talking that crap.
I know. I stand by my crap, though. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I always stand on it. Whatever I say, I stand on. And someone knows who I'm talking to when I say whatever I say, I stand on. But we'll leave that as an insider. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm excited about the game. I'm excited. I want to see what bowl game Michigan is going to go to. I'm going to start digging more into the recruiting news for both teams. And, just let's just celebrate the victories that we have left this football season with the teams that, we have left to cheer on. We're going to talk a little basketball. Some of the fans were like, you guys should start talking a little basketball. Football season's getting ready to wrap up. We want to hear you guys talk about basketball. Basketball is not in my lane of expertise, but we'll talk about it a little bit. This is that we're mostly football, but as football season starts to kind of wrap up, we're thinking about pivoting. So let us know, if that's something that you guys really want. Looking at the Big Ten college basketball standings, both teams are 7-0, doing pretty well. Michigan is ranked number 3, and Michigan State is ranked number 7. So far, so good. It's shaping up to be a good season for both teams. So I'm going to keep an eye on them. And shout out to the Pistons. The Pistons just won tonight. But the thing that I want to focus on, they just beat the Hawks 99-98. The Pistons have to get a secondary scorer for Cade. Cade's usage percentage is way up, and it's early in the season. And my biggest concern is that he's going to be too tired come playoff time.
Yeah, you can't run him down.
I mean, and he's doing everything he can to get these wins, to help him get these wins. And I know we got Jalen Duren that's doing his thing. He's going to get you to 20 points. But we got to have another guard that's going to be able to step up consistently and help Cade out, because every single time Cade gets the ball, they double team him. And he has to be able to be
because that's their go-to. That's
right.
No different than any of the main guys. They do the same with LeBron. LeBron got the ball, get him.
Right.
So
you got to have somebody that's going to step up, somebody that can knock down shots. We just got Jaden Ivey back. Like, somebody's got to be that go-to guy that's like, if you give me the ball, not only can I handle the ball a little bit so it doesn't always have to be in Cade's hand, but I can take some of the pressure off. And then they're like, now we got to respect all the players on the court now. We can't just double Cade and say, okay, we won, And Cade is doing an excellent job with this pressure that he's been given, but I don't think that's sustainable once you get into April, May. So for playoff implications. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Dig a little bit more. Maybe we'll talk about potential trades that can happen. But shout out to the Pistons. You know what I'm saying? They had that streak going for a little bit. It got snapped, but pretty good team.
At least they
pretty
tied.
Good team here.
I mean, at least they tied with the record. I mean,
Yeah.
It would have been nice to break it. And they
still got a chance. They
can do it all over again. They can go for the run again. Get 14. The last one was 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they just need 14, and it's possible.
Yeah. So
it's a lot of game left.
A lot. So let us know in the comments, what you guys think. If you guys think, the Pistons need to make a trade, or if you think they'll be okay, engage with us, man. We're always willing to engage, and we answer all the comments. The comments that come through. Be respectful, and if you're gonna talk trash, put your face behind that thumbnail. Don't show me a letter with an initial. I need to see your face. We got our face out here. If you're gonna talk trash, we need to see your face.
Not just that, let us know if y'all want us to touch bases on something else. I mean, we here to have fun and kick it. I mean, like, this is all fun and games. I mean, we just out here to have a good time and, give some knowledge that y'all may not have seen and our insight. So just let us know if y'all want us to touch more bases on something else.
Absolutely. So that's all we got for this week's episode. We will be back after we, watch this Lions game and recap that. But for Blue Collar Blitz, for Blue Collar Blitz, I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O.
We'll check y'all later on in the week. Y'all take care.